Hey guys, today with the topic of letting go. And in relation to the time that is necessary for it and how you have to use it for yourself. Because if you hold on to it subconsciously and don't do anything for it yourself, then no matter how much time goes by, you might not just let go automatically. This can happen if you let things run their natural course and after a short time in which your complete attention was not on your ex, you realized that you didn't miss her at all in the last days and that you felt better that way. But not everyone is lucky enough to have that many coincidences come together, or simply their attachment wasn't strong enough to break the process of missing them so easily. So, as with pretty much everything, I am a proponent of taking your luck into your own hands. To see what you really have influence on and what not. For example, do I have to keep my ex in my life, if everything I do keeps the attraction to her, at best, low, and at worst even decreases it? Doesn't it make more sense not to have her in front of your nose and that she doesn't contact you as long as she has no real interest in you, so that you don't have constant ups and downs but can continuously establish routines and build yourselves up? None of this is about your ex. It is about restoring and building your self-worth after a breakup, because it is the foundation of your happiness. Everything you build on it is good for your attractiveness and will bring you something in future relationships. If you stay on the ground instead, you limit yourself and don't learn to communicate with your ex on an equal footing again. You can't do all that if you are still needy towards her, and that's why you have to let go after the breakup. What we notice now in the coaching sessions from time to time is the fact that everything I suggest is done and life really changes for the better. No contact is observed, the ex does not contact you for months, you set goals, achieve them, distract yourself with sports in your free time and have nice moments with friends. In the meantime you live healthy and feel better and better physically, but there are these situations in which you can't get away from your ex. In which everything seems to be great, you do everything you feel you can and what you are advised to do, but you can't get her out of your mind. You dream about her, you have days where a single thought about her can pull you completely down again. Maybe this doesn't tear you out of your routine, but you're in a bad mood and don't understand yourself why you haven't let go yet, despite everything. And I can tell you one thing right away, that is normal. It is normal, among other things, because every time you think about it, you doggedly think about why you are already thinking about it again. You are still sacrificing your time to her. Not directly, not so that she notices it, but a part of your day goes for her. You are aware of it, it annoys you, and in the course of it you think even more about her and sacrifice even more time to her. By the way, the exact opposite happens in your ex when she desperately wants to let go. If she goes this way and tries to do that for the heck of it, then you can be sure that she will think about you at least any half hour a day, and that will increase rather than decrease. That's the wrong way to go. Basically, I have this in my video, no contact rule number 1, keep them away from you, already explained. You don't just have to keep the person physically away from you. You also need to stop. No, you need to force yourself to stop engaging with them. This applies to such obvious things as WhatsApp or Instagram. Anything that has to do with her will be muted or turned off if you find it stopping you. But there's more to it than that. Even though it's hard enough. Of course, in the beginning you have to recap the relationship and you have to process all that first. I don't give you a fixed time for that, you all need different amounts of time for that. But especially when you go into no contact, set goals, realize what failed at that time and also see where you can start with yourself, then every new thought about her is superfluous and only pulls you down again. In addition, please also watch the video, The Question of Guilt After the Separation again. You do not have enough to blame you to keep you small. If you have made a big mess, apologize if you are really sorry, and that's it. There is nothing more you can do in retrospect anyway. But now the chapter is closed and your goal is to be on the same level as her and to overtake her in terms of market value. The hardest part is, after you realize that you have actively processed enough, that even thinking about her takes time that is lost to you. It's like taking your most precious resource and throwing it out the window, or if you will, you take it and deposit it into their account. Instead of, as this beautiful metaphor so beautifully says, putting a coin on your self-worth to everyone in the no-contact period, you are throwing it at your ex. These thoughts do come, I am more than aware of that. But we are also back to the point where you are responsible for yourself, and that is an action you have power over or want to gain power over and can. You can do this if you stay calm inside and remember that thinking about your ex will not get you anywhere. But for that you have to take a point of view that is completely contrary to your intuition. You think that you still usefully process information from the past and can thereby gain new insights for the future. But the fact is that you would have done that already, the way you got into it after the separation. Your theories are only getting wilder and wackier, and if you thought about it long enough, your best friends would declare you crazy, let alone someone with a neutral overview of the whole thing. You always have your worst-case scenarios in mind and they just drag you down. Or you get your hopes up again because suddenly the cloud constellation is like in your favorite movie. No, damn it, that doesn't help you at all. So create an overview of your thoughts and a perception of when you start thinking about them again. And if that should be the case, then go against it. You can't change it right now, it doesn't bring you anything positive, you only have the power over your own moment right now. Eventually you will manage to block the thoughts of them. Of course, this is much easier for those of you whose exes have absolutely no contact with them. But also for the others, you don't want any info about them, because everything you learn can throw you off track again and make your thoughts go crazy. And maybe you are not yet stable enough to be able to counteract this. The whole thing goes on for months, and even if your life is going great, your thoughts belong to her. This is one of the hardest things, both during no contact and when they come back. You have to be in control of your thoughts and yourself. That is what you have to learn. That's what really enables you to let go. And that is the next step in being able to rebuild. It doesn't come naturally for everyone. For me, it always came naturally, except for the last time, but this time I had to fight for it, and I see many of you who stick to everything in no contact, which of course gives them enormous advantages, but who don't do everything humanly possible in this direction yet, but listen to people who generalize and say, time heals all wounds. Yes, somewhere it does, but not without us doing something. Or if we don't, it can drag on for years. I won't even start with people who want to stay close to their ex because they think they can lose her for good otherwise, or keep trying to win her back with manipulations. This is then an eternally drawn-out series of separations that cause more and more damage. You will recognize quite quickly what is good for you and what is not. If you think that you can't judge it yourself anymore, feel free to come to the Discord server and briefly describe your situation. It is usually quite obvious. Take care and see you at the next video.